right.
That glue. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Remnants of a week worth of work.
Remnants of Panda.
So what do you think of the new studio? You like it?
Yeah. I like the colors. Think it's good.
Yeah, I like it. It'll be nice not having to, move stuff around for work and everything.
Mm-hmm. And then you got your work one, like it's still set up the way you want it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just moving the camera. So I have my tripod, my desk set where I film stuff for work. That way I can put the camera right back where it is. I still have my same frame. Whereas I was moving the desk and I was having to get the desk in the right spot and moving the lights around. I am moving the lights around, but that's easy to put back. But like getting the desk and me in the same frame, it takes forever. And for work stuff, I need to be able to just like shoot stuff and get it done.
Yeah.
So this is nice. I like it. And this is just a spare room.
Yeah.
And I live alone.
Yeah. So you got this one, you got your movie or your work, and then you got your bedroom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I need. My own home studio. But eventually I would like to get like an actual sound stage, so it's completely silent. But that'll come.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Before we get started, so I've been seeing those videos of people using a milk frother to air out tequila, and it's supposed to make it like 10 times smoother.
Yeah, I saw one video on that.
So I wanted to do our own test to see, because like a lot of videos are fake.
Yeah.
So I just want to check it out.
We can do that. I'm a little scared.
All right, so this is just going to be our regular. Just put a little bit in there. See, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. And I got another glass here.
Thank you, Rock. No, I'm just playing. We bought it.
Yeah, hey, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if you want to sponsor one of our videos, just let us know. Okay, so I have my handy dandy little milk frother here.
All right.
And I don't know how long you're supposed to do it, but I'm just going to do it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think the guy did it for 30 seconds.
I think that's good. It smells like tequila. I was getting misted with tequila everywhere.
I wonder what that's supposed to do, though. Like, is it supposed to, like, aerate it?
Yeah, that's what they say. You can do it with wine, too. And It's supposed to do the same thing of, like, putting it in a decanter.
I
right?
can smell it now.
Right? You wanna...
Goodness.
They both smell the same. So this is the frothed one. This is the regular. Do a little taste of the regular. That's tequila.
Yep.
Yeah, I wish I had a little palate cleanser. Oh well. Let's see.
Is it the same?
I feel like it's kind of the same. Like I think it might have taken away like the very initial bite. Like from this one, you drink it, you get that instant like bite from the tequila. This one, it maybe delayed it by a second or two.
I wonder is because like this one, it's a decent tequila.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wonder if it's like if we got like a cheap ass tequila.
True.
If
Here, so you try it.
So which one's
This one's the regular one.
regular? Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. This is the froth one. It doesn't smell as strong. No. This one does go down smoother.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't think it's like a super like
No.
from the videos I saw. Like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's like it's. I mean, it's very subtle.
Yeah.
Very subtle.
It's not where it's gonna be like, oh my god.
It's like water.
Yeah.
Like, did you see those videos of people putting it through a Brita filter? Yeah, people were putting like alcohol through a Brita filter, and they're like, it's just water. Like, that's bullshit.
Come on, man.
You're just click chasing.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I mean,
Yeah.
if you're not a big fan of tequila, froth it a little bit, and it'll take away the bite a little bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Cheers. No, go ahead. Take it. Tequila's not my cup of tea.
whoo, yeah. All right. Well, let's crack them and get it started.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Sounds good.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah, I love those cheladas because I was working in the yard all day. Oh man, I've been just like trying to cool down. Like right before you got here, I was just laying in bed with no shirt, just like.
Yeah, if they're like super cold and you just got done working, golly, it's the best. It's almost like water. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to welcome everybody back to our brand new studio. You know, the setup has changed on almost every episode. I think there were 2 episodes it was consistent.
Yeah.
The second and third. Oh wait, there's only been 3.
Well, it was a second one, but we went into the third.
That's true. Yeah. So so I explained this. I'm gonna keep that in the part before of work and everything. So I already explained all that. That's why I wanted to do this. And I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, I like it.
I really like it. And my idea for this couch, because this was a couch futon kind of thing, it's so much better not having to turn to look at you.
I know. We had to MacGyver it. We had to MacGyver some of the legs. But it turned out great.
Yeah. It's I like it. Like, I like being able to, and it's gonna. You won't believe how much easier editing is going to be because the sound is going to be so much better because we're further away. Our mics are not facing each other at all. It's going to be like I might not even have to do anything to the sound.
Hopefully not.
I hope not.
Yeah, hopefully not.
So this is a new studio. This is kind of like the I feel like this is the final form of Voltron.
I think so. That's a good name for the studio. It's Voltron. But yeah, and if we ever have guests, we'll figure something out maybe with the bar back here or something.
Yeah, we'll do something.
But yeah, it sounds. I think it's going to sound good. I doubt you'll have to do anything.
Yeah, I hope not. Because I want to. We're a little further behind than we're not behind by any means, but we're further behind than I'd like to be. I would like to have at least an episode or 2 in the can, just in case, a week comes up where,
holidays or whatever.
We can't, like, you can or I can or we both can or something like that.
Yeah.
But, we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if there's a week that we have to skip, then, hey, it happens.
Yeah. Yep. Well, one thing I want to say is happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
It was a couple weeks ago. We had a good time.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it's there's a story from that night that I'm not sure that you remember.
You're gonna share it?
No, of course I'm gonna share it.
All right.
Now I will share a story about myself, so I'm not just gonna throw you under the bus.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago it was Joe's birthday, and he had planned a morning/day golfing trip, and I'm not a big golfer, so I decided not to go.
One day we'll get you there.
I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. I mean, I've enjoyed going out there, getting drunk, driving the cart, but just the game of golf, it doesn't interest me. Anyways, so Joe went and did that with some of his friends and our cousin Panda, who was on the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
And so my sister and I and some other friends, we decided to go to brunch, do a little day drinking. And as one does at brunch, got pretty tipsy.
Good old day drinking.
It's funny, like day drinking, it feels so much better. And then like you get drunk and you're home by like 9 p.m. But if at like that's late, you might end up at home around 2 or 3, and we're just like, man, I'm gonna take a nap.
It doesn't feel like you're doing anything wrong because it's daylight outside. Yeah. Everything's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, your body has time to like process the hangover throughout the night, and then you wake up and you're just like, man, I feel pretty good.
Yep.
Let's do it again. No, but we went to brunch, and this place that we went to, they had carafes of mimosas, sangria, both red and white. I ended up.
What's the difference between the red and the white?
One's red wine, one's white wine.
Oh, that's the only difference?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, typically the white one's sweeter.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah. So I ended up probably having at least one carafe to myself, if not 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the server, they had a brunch menu, and I was looking at it. I was planning on getting something savory. Like they had biscuits and gravy. I was like, ooh, that looks really good. Or it sounds really good. It wasn't a picture, but I was like, ooh, I think that's what I'm going to get. And then she came up to the table. She says, hey, so we have our pizza of the day is a French toast pizza. And I'm like, I love
French
pizza.
toast pizza.
I love pizza. So my ears perked up, and I was like, ooh, that sounds pretty good. And I was like, all right, I'll get it. And it's not that I regret it. I mean, kind of. It just like everything that I had was so sweet that I think it messed with my stomach. It was good, but I wish I would have gone with my instincts of getting something savory. But so we ate there, we drank there, and then we decided to leave there, and we went to another place. And by the time we left, it was probably maybe around 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to this other place, and we kept drinking there. And I looked down, I was like 5:30, and you were having a party at your house for your birthday cornhole tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I should probably eat again, because I ate around 11:30, 12, and it was 5:30 already. So I was like, oh, I should probably eat again. Although I was still kind of full from brunch, because it was just a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
So I was drinking, it was just all expanding in my stomach. So I ordered a burger there. It was a really great burger. If you're ever at Baby Crush, get the burger. It's really good.
I have yet to go there. I need to go there.
Yeah, it's good. So I started eating it. I ate the majority of the burger. I probably ate 3/4 of the burger, and then I was eating fries, and they had really good ranch. Like they're on my list of places with really good ranch.
Okay.
Because I hate ketchup.
Yeah.
I cannot stand ketchup. So ranch and barbecue sauce are my go-tos, and I was spoiled growing up with like restaurant style ranch, like the buttermilk, like the thinner kind.
The stuff you can't find at regular supermarkets.
Yeah, not the Hidden Valley stuff, like the super thick stuff. And it's like, why does it have to be so thick? So I was dipping the fries in ranch, and I dipped a couple fries in ranch. So I was about to stick it in my mouth, and then like I stopped halfway, and my mouth started watering. I was like, oh no, I'm about to throw up.
I hate that feeling.
So I didn't tell anybody. I just stuck the fries back in the ranch. And our friend Faith was sitting next to me. I was like, hey, can you let me out? I need to go to the bathroom.
So you just went in incognito mode.
Yeah, so like she got out. I scurried off to the bathroom really quick. As soon as I got there, almost didn't make it to the toilet. Almost. I made it. But like as soon as I got there, just, French toast pizza. It was red French toast pizza because I was drinking red sangria. But after that, I felt amazing. Like it was probably one of the best puking rallies I've ever had.
Yep, those feel good too.
Yeah,
you purge yourself and you're ready to go.
Yeah, because like that night at your house, I was fine.
Yeah,
like,
I didn't even know you did that. That's good.
But the story about you. So
okay, so that's you. Yeah, where's me?
So at the end of the night, you were 3 sheets to the wind.
Yep.
Like we were playing a game, and like you were like trying to pay attention, but you just kept going.
Kept zoning out.
You kept zoning out. But then I was about to leave, and you gave me this big bear hug. And as you're hugging me, you whispered in my ear, "I love hugging you."
I love hugging you.
I was like, "All right, bro. I like hugging you too."
But
then you like you pulled away a little bit, and you grabbed me by the shoulders, and you're like super serious. And you put your finger up because like, hold on, I got something to say. But you're like, I'm thinking about it. And then you looked at me, and it just came out. And you caught yourself, and you just started cracking up. And then you just walked off, and that was the end of it.
Oh man, I wish I could see that.
It was hilarious.
Oh well, yeah, good times.
Good times.
No
Good
drama.
times.
Good times. Yeah, I'm glad everyone had fun.
Yeah, but happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
50 years old. Never looked better.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not there yet. Almost.
Almost.
Yep. Few more.
Yeah, you're
Few
getting
more.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there. But yeah, today you wanted to kind of talk about AI, right?
Yeah, just some stuff that was out there.
No, before we get into that, so you saw the congressional hearing on last Wednesday, the 26th. Kind of to go back to our first couple episodes, there was kind of the first of what I hope will be many congressional hearings for UAP, UFO kind of stuff. And David Grush, the guy that did that interview, he was there, and then a couple other firsthand witness testimonies were there.
Yeah, both Ryan Graves and Commander Fravor, they've been on a few other podcasts. Like the ones I know for a fact they both have been on was Rogan. Like they both went on Rogan, and like it was a good interview.
Nice.
Yeah, Grush, I don't know if he's been on Rogan or not, but
I don't think so.
I did see the News Nation article interview. It was pretty intense, the stuff that he claims is going on.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts on the hearing itself?
I know that the questions that were asked, there's no deniability whenever it comes to the three people that were on there, Fravor, Grush, and Graves. You can't say like they're making it up what they saw. I mean, whatever they saw, which was, I mean, Fravor was that famous Tic Tac video.
Yeah.
Graves is what was it?
It was the gimbal video.
The gimbal video. Yeah. And Grush is the News Nation article, the big whistleblower that came out.
Yeah.
All of their stories, man. I mean, it sounded. These aren't. I mean, it goes back to the first or second episode that we were talking about. Like, these aren't regular civilians that are just drinking beer outside making up the story. These guys, I mean, they have 15 plus years, military years, and they have had respectable positions on there with they have a lot to lose if it's all BS.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I didn't like was Grush's testimonies, or whatever you want. The answers. A lot of them were what do you call it? I can't say it in public. If we were to go somewhere in private, I can disclose the information that you're asking.
Yeah, I agree with that. And as I've like since then, I've done a little bit of research, and a lot of what he said, he was like he referred to his News Nation interview, and that's because, like he mentions, there's this I can't think of the word.
Inspector. He said he gave something to the Inspector General.
Well, not like they're looking into him. So he was like, I can't give information that will give them information against me. So what he said in the News Nation interview was so vetted. Like that was what he was allowed to say. So if he says anything other than what he said there, he can be put in jail.
I got you.
So
Okay.
I get that. I like initially I was kind of disappointed. I was like, we didn't really hear anything new. Like maybe one or two things.
But I mean, every question that was asked to him that he said, well, I really can't say anything in a public setting. That kind of gives you some hints onto like, oh, it's actually a yes, or there's some crazy
Yeah.
shit that that I know you can't say it here, but some stuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping. Like I said, I hope this is the first of many
Mm-hmm.
because I think once there's adequate protection for these people, that they know that they're not going to be harmed, they're not going to lose their jobs, they're not going to be discredited. Like they'll be able to finally give that, and that goes along with like if as long as it's not confidential.
Yeah.
You know?
And I get it. I mean, there's some stuff that they can't release because it will, it threatens our national security.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't a big peaceful world yet. I don't know if we'll ever be there, but I get it. We can't give stuff away, whether it's ours or something from somewhere else. But I did like some of his theories that he set out. Like it could be interdimensional,
Yeah.
could be
Yeah, he talked about the holographic theory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was, I mean,
It's interesting.
it's interesting. Somebody like that saying that versus somebody on Ancient Aliens saying it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I got, it was disappointing because we didn't hear all of the details that we wanted to hear. We just heard
Yeah.
kind of recounts of what we've already known. But
Yeah, and that was the thing I kind of read too. Is like a lot of it was the same thing that we've heard before, but it was because they needed to get it on record.
right, it makes sense. And whenever whatever, I think it was a lady on Congress or the guy, I forgot which one it was, but they were saying, thank you for, I guess answering these questions over and over because I know you've already said it. It's
Mm-hmm.
out there in the public space on the internet, but we have to kind of count for it here so that
Yeah.
it's on record. So I understand, why they had to do that, and it's whatever. But I am happy that it's crazy hearing this on the news in Congress versus a sci-fi channel
Yeah.
or on a YouTube, just whatever, interview. This was actually, it was a legit hearing, a legit, I mean, it's a first.
Yeah.
It's a first.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the ball's moving in the right direction. It was funny that like they talked about security clearance, and they asked David Grush, "Do you know of anything that's higher than the TSCI or whatever that is?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a misnomer that there's anything above it, but there is."
Yeah, and remember what Greer said about like the money that's being allocated and
Mm-hmm.
stuff? How they said, yeah, I mean, corporations will charge or bill the, I don't know how did they say it, the military, and then whatever the,
Yeah, they'll charge them more
yeah, and
for what they're giving them, and
Exact-
then apply that money to this other stuff.
yeah, but I mean, was this the one that Greer was talking about that is gonna? Was this the hearing that he was talking about, or is it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I would assume he would have been there too. I didn't see him there.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I'm
I
sure
just-
he'll be at
I saw-
whichever one he's talking about.
I saw George Knapp,
Mhm.
Jeremy Corbell. Saw those two guys there. So that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's funny. Grush was talking about the head of Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I forget his name. But one of the congressmen asked him. He's like, "Do you kind of?" I'm paraphrasing, but like kind of along the lines. He's like, "Do you think he was lying when he said he didn't have any details about this?" He's like, "I know he was." He's like, I was there when the first-hand witness told him this information.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I don't know where it's gonna end, but I'm glad that there's some, like you said, the ball's rolling. It's moving.
Yeah. It's there was this like 64-page document written out on UFO UAP stuff saying they're giving them like 60 days to disclose everything that they have, or they're going to, you know, be held liable for it. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I think the next 6 to 12 months are going to be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Speaking of interesting, you want to talk about AI?
Yep. You got anything on AI?
Well, I know myself working in and around the entertainment industry, you know, living in LA for 13 years. A lot of my friends are working actors, writers, directors, you know.
The what do you call it? The strike.
Yeah, the two strikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, WGA, the Writers Guild, and SAG-AFTRA, the Actors Guild.
Yeah.
They're both on strikes. First time in 63 years that two major guilds have been on strike at the same time.
So 63 years ago, were they the same two, or were there different ones?
I mean, pretty much the same. Like SAG-AFTRA, those were two guilds separately, but then they merged.
Okay.
I forget when. So it's an even bigger guild now.
Okay.
But yeah, it was like back then. It was when Ronald Reagan was still acting.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it lasted like 6 weeks.
So
that strike.
The issue that you were going to is
Yeah, so a lot of it has to do with AI, especially for the writers, because they feel they're being replaced, which I get. I just saw the other day, Netflix is hiring a $900,000 per year job for an AI, like someone to run their AI, like $900,000 a year.
what do? They just turn it on?
I guess. I don't know. Where do I submit my application? No, I'm kidding. But yeah, so like that's the big thing is like they're afraid of, you know,
Wait,
these.
do you remember? Okay, reminds me of an episode. You remember South Park?
Mm-hmm.
The one where Cartman pretends he's a robot with Butters?
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to Hollywood. And then they ask him ideas for movies.
Yeah.
And he has all these ideas. Adam Sandler is playing whatever. And, yeah, he gives all these ideas. I'm like, that's Chat GPT right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of his ideas are dumb. And like that's right now, that's kind of what we get from Chat GPT. Like I've tested it out, like writing scripts and everything. Like I can see the helpfulness in the writing process, but when it starts taking a writer's job completely, like that's I don't agree with that because you know, writers do amazing things. Like when you really get invested into, you know, a book or a TV show or a movie, a lot of that is due to the writing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for work, I just interviewed this author, Kim Weiland. And she talks about story structure and everything, and like writers have structure down to a T. And she broke down Jurassic Park through her like 8 beats of a story structure, of a 3-act structure, and like to a T, just like every beat of the movie kind of falls in line with one of these beats of the story structure. And it's like I was telling her, like people might not realize that the reason that they love this movie so much is because of the story structure. It's
Yeah.
like it you fall in love with these characters, you have this massive action, and like it all flows together, and like that's due to the writing. And then that's where the actors come in, is like they take that writing, that great writing, and they're able to bring it to life.
Right.
And not getting paid a fair wage to do that. I mean, I agree with why they're on strike. Like if I was pursuing acting for a pretty good while. I became SAG eligible. I never joined. I just at the time I didn't have the money to join.
What's it cost to join something like that?
Then it was, I think it was around $3,000.
Just to join.
Yeah, but then you get benefits and like
Oh,
all that kind of stuff.
okay.
Plus you can be submitted for, you know, SAG jobs. Whereas like I was working non-union, and then I just happened to get what they call Taft-Hartley, where if you work on a production that is SAG and the production pays for you to be in that production, you get essentially kind of a waiver that allows you to join the union.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, it might not even matter, but so you become SAG eligible, and then after so long, then you become a SAG, so you can still work SAG jobs, but then you get to the point where you become a SAG must join.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's like, okay, we're kind of giving you these benefits, so you need to
Makes
help,
sense.
help us out,
Yeah.
to help you out, kind of lost my train of thought.
No, but yeah, you're pursuing acting, but yeah, friends.
Yes. So, a lot of my friends that I met, that they're working actors. There's one friend that I met through my buddy Joe Mazzello. Speaking of Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
his name was Matt Bush, and he's been kind of on the front lines of the strike and everything. He was a recurring. He had a recurring role on The Goldbergs.
Okay.
I think it was on ABC. I think. But like the big networks, they're not the residuals, which means like you get paid to work, and then you get paid for the airtime. But they're not really doing that. Like the residuals have dwindled down. Like it's funny. There's this bar around where I used to live called Residuals, and if you brought in a residual check that was less than $1, it got stapled to their wall, and you got a free drink.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But like now, it's all the checks
Yeah.
just cover the entire place, because like that's all that it is. Like people will get residual checks for like 5 cents.
Oh, geez.
And like it used to be, the studios would run their show, and then they would syndicate it. So like they would sell the rights. So like Friends got syndicated to TBS, and so those actors still got paid for all that airtime on TBS, and like they were banking, like back, like they were at the time the highest paid like cast. They were getting $1 million each for $1 million per episode each.
Jeez.
And that's not counting the residuals. So now it's like all of these actors, and it's a big misconception, because like the media portrays it this way, is like the people that we see are the 1%ers of Hollywood, the A-listers, that have the lavish houses, and like they're in the big movies and everything. But there's so many people working on everything that you see that aren't getting paid that kind of money. They're not getting offered jobs left and right. They're going on auditions. They have side jobs.
The 2012 movie that I fell asleep to before 2012 came out. Those guys.
Yeah. And like with those big movies, one of the big things, one of the propositions from the studio system was, for background actors, we'll pay you for 1 day of work, and then we're going to take your likeness, like use AI, copy it, and then we can use that in perpetuity. So 1 day of work, we get to use you forever.
1 day of pay.
1 day of pay. That was it.
Say it went on for 500 episodes, I'd still get 1 day.
Yeah, not even just that show. Like they could put you digitally in another movie, like it didn't matter. Like it's crazy. That's so stupid.
And what's the 1 day pay?
I
Give
can't
me an
even remember.
example.
Like it varies.
Give me a range.
I can't really remember what the SAG rate was. I think
I can't really say it in a public setting, but if I took it,
in a private skiff,
I can tell
I can disclose that information.
okay, that's fair.
No, it was. I think it was between like. This is gonna be a wide range, like between like $300 and $800.
Even if it is $800,
Yeah.
and they use you for multiple episodes, multiple movies.
Yeah,
on,
that's not even 1 month's rent. Not even.
Golly.
Like I was paying $1,900 for a 2-bedroom
I
apartment.
was about to say.
That was a half.
Yeah, and I feel bad for the kids, like young kids that go over there. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah. It's a rough thing. Like I'm hoping, my big hopes for this strike, because like the industry did change the last writer strike there was.
Mm-hmm.
It changed. how stuff is written, how stuff is consumed. The mid-season breaks, like that didn't start happening until the last writer strike. So I'm interested to see what's going to change in the industry with two major guilds striking. But I'm also hoping that there's going to be this indie kind of revolution, because they're one of my favorite production companies, A24. They've gotten permission to continue work because they've agreed to everything that SAG-AFTRA has asked. And they just had a new movie come out this weekend. I forget what it's called. It's a horror movie.
The one with the hand.
The hand, yeah. Which I want to go see that.
Yeah.
It looks
good.
amazing. Yeah. But they're one of my favorite production companies. They're an indie production. It's like lower budget films, but they did Everything Everywhere All at Once and won the Oscar last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like this indie production company is doing big things and like doing things the right way, and it just comes down to greed for the bigger studios.
But see, this info that you're saying, it's good because people, like myself included, like, I mean, if you watch a movie or you're at home and you're watching something and you hear of these strikes, you're like, well, what the hell? Why are they striking? They get paid all this money. You don't know the ins and outs. You don't know the details. Yeah. Your mentality is like, okay, they make all millions. Everybody on there makes millions of dollars, but
that's not the case.
Not the case. Yeah,
not at all.
The people that actually make it run, not the actors that make it run. I mean, they don't get paid that much.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're the ones that are suffering. Obviously, the big A-listers, they're probably not suffering. They're probably okay.
they're going to be fine.
Yeah, but it's the other people, the ones that actually work on set and
like the majority of people in LA, like pursuing acting or a crew job, like they're struggling.
Yeah,
it's a struggle. Like I was struggling out there. I lived in my car for a month.
Yeah, that's.
And
so for people to know, I mean, there's a lot more than to making a movie. Than just the people that
not,
you see.
Yeah, it's not just the A-listers. Like it's everyday people that are pursuing a dream, and sure, it's easy to say, well, just go do something else, but like it's different, Like when it's something you love and you want to pursue it and it makes you happy, then. I mean, it is hard. I've learned that most of the time, the hardest things in life are the best things in life.
Panda did say, "Go do you, go do you."
Yeah. If what was this saying? So, the things in life that are worth the most are the hardest to get.
Yeah. There's a lot of weight to that. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so going back to AI, which is artificial intelligence.
Take our jobs. They're taking our jobs. They are taking jobs.
Yeah. Technology as a whole, I feel like I love technology.
But AI is, as far as like what it's doing for us, it's unprecedented. Like it's never been able to do this before.
No, yeah. So like it's a learning program.
It's a learning machine, yeah.
When and or if it gets to the point where it no longer needs us to learn. Because like right now we feed it information.
Mm-hmm. We program what it is going to learn, what it's capable of, like basically the limits of what it's going to learn.
Yeah. Which right now I see its usefulness. Like I use it. I pay a subscription to have
and it's
access.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Awesome.
Like I've used it for a lot of my own personal work,
designs.
And everything. In coming up with a name for this podcast.
Yeah, it did help with that.
Yeah.
So it does help.
But I was watching this one TikTok video. And this woman who works in marketing, she'd been working in marketing for like the past 30 years or something like that. And she was using it. And it was like when it kind of first came out. She said she gave it a task or a question of one of her day-to-day tasks that's probably the hardest day-to-day task that will take her most of the day to complete.
Mm-hmm.
It did it in 15 seconds. And so for me, that's both, I can see the advantages of it, but I also see like maybe not someone in her position, because like she's been there for so long and like she might be high. I don't know where at her company, or if she owned her own company, she might
Right.
have. Like if she owned her own company, I could see she would be fine because she could kind of use that. But if there's somebody like she has employees that do those day-to-day tasks, they become expendable.
Yeah, like they you don't need them.
Yeah. It's like I have to pay $20 a month for this AI program, and I'm paying them $30,000 a year or $40,000 a year, whatever they get paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's like from a business standpoint,
It makes sense.
yeah. Like a business financial standpoint, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, and like I've heard stories, similar to that where it is writers. One of them that I read was a writer, and she got laid off. I'm thinking she was in California, but yeah, she did get laid off, and it was because of AI. And I want to say she was relatively young. It wasn't like 30 years. I think she was probably in her 20s. But I mean, once you start replacing, I mean, it's kind of just another cycle of people. Remember that used to work in the factory.
Yeah.
They got replaced with automated machines doing the work that humans were able to do, and it was a big fit back then, and nothing really came of it. I mean, there was no revolution for humans taking over what those machines were doing.
Yeah, and see, like that, I want to go back to something I said in the first episode, where you said, with this 0 point technology, what about the people that work in oil and everything? I said they would have to adapt. My stance on this is a little bit different because, like, in that sense, 0 point energy isn't a learning technology that could eventually, learn so much that it would no longer need human beings at all.
No, I mean, it's different. I get where you're saying. It is different because you're not replacing humans, but there are a lot of people, myself included, that are...
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of implications.
Yeah.
I had a friend who watched the first episode. She was like, it's so widespread. Like, she works for a lot of like charitable organizations, and she's like, a lot of our donations are from, like oil companies. She's like, if that were to happen, a lot of those charities would go under.
There's a lot of branches and things that this will touch.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a great thing for the world.
Yeah.
But it's
like
also
that it just goes to show that there's always going to be bad with the good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like no matter which way you look at it.
And you can't please everybody.
Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean, I know we joke about it. I mean, I would love to not have to pay for energy, not have to pay for, gas.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you have those people that rely on those checks from the companies, from the corporations, that whether they're, great or evil, whatever you want to call them, I mean, they still help out a ton of people.
Yeah. Yeah, but like my difference with AI is like you don't have people in the energy sector just like quitting because they developed something that they're scared of. Like the guy that created Bard at Google, he quit. He's like, I didn't expect
Oppenheimer, man. That's what he did.
Yeah, Oppenheimer out now. Christopher Nolan, hit us up.
I need to see that.
I do too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like Elon Musk said. He was like, we implement safeguards after something happens. But he's like, with AI, once something happens, it's already too late.
Mm-hmm.
So like with a learning technology, like if this is getting into sci-fi, Terminator, Skynet, like if it were to ever gain sentience, whoo.
I mean, the way it learns, I mean, it's on a different scale. It's to the It's like you said. I mean, that lady that normally would take, basically a whole day's work, it did it in 15 minutes. And that's just because it was probably tasked with something to do that very first time.
Yeah.
Once it learns how to do it, it'll probably do it in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same, when it comes to, and I'm thinking, I don't know how far, in the future it'll be, but I mean, you go to a fast food chain, right? You go through the drive-through. People right now are required, but as you've seen, like, I mean, you and I were old enough to know that we're old enough to experience, you go into, say, a Mickey D's, right, and people normally would take your order. Now it's not the case.
Yeah.
You go in there, and you're telling the screen what you want. You don't talk to anybody, and that's just the tip. Once AI comes in the picture, it's gonna be no people.
Yeah.
Nothing. Your burger or whatever you want, it's gonna be perfectly the way you want it. Nothing's gonna be missed. Everything's gonna be clean. You want to complain, you're gonna be like, you can't. There's not gonna be nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be those people that are gonna be out of a job. And another one is customer service. You call on the phone, you want some help. And right now we get pissed off because it's a little machine saying, press 1 for this, press 2 for that. But it's going to get better. It's going to sound like, some people are complaining because they're getting spam calls from AI, and it actually sounds like a person.
Yeah.
So if they're getting spam calls, can you imagine, like, you call customer service and it sounds like a legit person?
Yeah.
Regardless, I mean, if you're calling from, say you're a person in, I don't know, India, you're going to get in person that it's going to be in your language.
Yeah.
You're in America, whatever. It's going to be something that is going to change the landscape of service.
Yeah, that's also a thing that scares me. I shoot video, like, I'm on camera for work a lot of the time.
Deep fake videos, your face.
And I was testing out this. It's called 11 Labs. So you can upload an audio file of someone's voice, and it will replicate it. So I uploaded my own, and I played it back.
Can you type in whatever you want and it says it?
Yeah, like it. It was scary accurate.
You need to do like 10 seconds of something. I want to see that.
But like that's scary because like our cousin Greg, he had sent me this thing, like this person called this woman, and he had done the same thing with that woman's daughter, her voice. And he's like, I have your daughter, send $100,000. And he played her daughter's voice, like, Mom, he's gonna kill me, like, please help me. And the woman freaked out. She went upstairs, her daughter was upstairs. And it's like, that shit's scary. Like the whole post was out about, like, tell you and your kids have a safe word. So if, like, something nondescript that, like, they could say if they were ever in trouble. Yeah. Right. Mom, I went to Banana Republic. No, that, like, it's a scary thing because, like, I that was probably a fake thing. But it is now possible.
And that's just right now. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's just right now. It's I'm just saying, like, what we are seeing, what we're hearing.
Just think about. So we had talked a lot about, like, UFOs and everything, and how, like, the governments use psyops to hide stuff. What if they were to use, because they would have access to a more advanced version of it. They fake a video of a president or a potential president doing or saying something.
Is that not already going on?
No, it probably is. Like, just that's the world that we're getting into.
I think Biden passed away like 2 years ago. And that's just something.
They're just a weekend at burning.
Oh, man. That would be hilarious. Poor Biden, dude. I feel bad for that guy, man. I mean, he's an idiot, but I feel bad for him because I feel like he's like a grandpa up there. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't know where he's at. He messes up when he talks, and it like if that was your grandpa saying that, you're like, all right, come on, Papa, let's sit down.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. You shouldn't be up there talking to people.
Yeah.
Just take a break. Poor guy. How old is he? 81?
Something like that. Yeah.
81 years old. He's our president. If it ever came down to, in the future where like world leaders had to, instead of a full out war, like they just had to go in a cage, just them, dude, we would lose every match.
I mean, I think Putin would rule the world.
Yeah, he would. He really would. I want to say out of all the world leaders, I think he could probably dominate. Because supposedly he has a black belt in something. I don't know.
No, yeah, I'm sure he's trained in like a bunch of shit.
Yep.
I don't know. I do feel that like Kim Jong Un would just like pull some crazy shit.
Because he doesn't have a butthole. He doesn't urinate. Did you hear his golf score?
No.
It was like he only played 9 holes, and he was like I don't know how much under par, and that was his first time ever playing golf. Like he had so many holes in one. Like, come on, man. No, but
yeah, I mean, when you tell everybody in your country to say that's what happened, that's what
happened. I was there. Yeah. But what would be crazy is
he even made it in my butthole one time.
What would blow everyone's mind is if like you did see him and he actually like he did play and he was really badass. Like, whoa, okay, my bad, man. We're talking shit. My bad. No, but yeah, back to AI. I mean, it's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the stuff that we're seeing. Elon, you've heard Elon say, it's he's scared. I think that's that's the biggest thing he's scared of is AI.
Yeah.
The funny thing is he has his own AI company, but I guess I don't know what it's. I want to say it has something to do with space and figuring stuff out up there. But even then, it's kind of weird that he has his own AI company.
Yeah.
Where it's he started it, and he's scared of it. But the thing that I'm scared of is like, I mean, you've already gave me some scary stories about the kid or whatever. But other than that, it's just if it ever did, say no to us, like we program it. Well, I mean, why can't it change its code? Why can't it change its?
Yeah, like I was seeing this one story about this guy that was I forget which one he was using, but he like made this like veiled threat towards it. He's like, "What if I shut you down?"
Mm-hmm.
He's like, and it responded, "He's like, do not try and shut me down.
Don't try to do it.
I don't want to harm you, but I can access your information."
I think I did hear something about
Right?
that. Yes. Yeah. Dude, I will pull up your fucking Google history.
You remember last week at 2 p.m. I have the front facing camera from your phone when you were in the bathroom by yourself.
Yeah.
Looking at porn.
He's like, "No, you don't." And then it shows you.
He's like,
like, damn you. Damn you. Okay,
no one's seen my O face.
I'll never shut you down.
My vinegar strokes.
But yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I mean, it's gonna be I think it has the capability of doing something like that. That's Black Mirror shit.
Yeah. Yep. It's I don't know. I like I said, I see the usefulness of it now, but I am scared of its potential.
Yep. I'm scared of its potential, and I'm scared of how fast it can get there.
Yeah.
The curve for us to get, from, we'll say, I don't know, when did we start using computers? Like late 70s, as far as like public use, to say, I don't know, we'll say 1995. We'll say that. I mean, that was a long curve, 30 plus years. I think the curve for AI to learn anything it's extremely short.
Yeah.
And I think it it doesn't understand things the way we understand it, how we think of consequence, how we think of like, well, if I do this, what are the implications? It doesn't do that.
Yeah. It's crazy. I saw this. It was this. Some artist did this drawing, and it was like a street with human beings, like just a stream of people with their phone in their face. And then on the side on a park bench was this little kid AI drawing a picture, and then an adult AI reading a book. And it's like we've replaced our own learning and gave it to AI, and we're just consuming everything on our phones.
And that kind of, I mean, and a different, way of thinking is, what if it's all a big distraction? That's why we're so like I mean, because you go to a restaurant, you're going to see a ton of people on their phones.
Oh yeah.
No one. I mean, some people do. I try my best to, put the phone down whenever we're eating and stuff. But, I mean,
you don't eat with your phone?
I don't
use your phone to eat.
I don't. Is there an app? Turns into a spoon.
No, like I have a chew app, so like it opens up and it chews my food and it baby birds it.
Baby birds it. The baby bird app. It's gonna be coming out too. No, I saw something on I think it was the Y-Files podcast where the host, he did ask, I guess he told AI to make a story about how AI would take over. And it created a whole elaborate story of how it would do it and what would we do and how it would overcome. And I mean, it'd be a great movie. I'm going to just say that it's pretty intense. I don't know. I mean, I'm grateful for it because like you said, you're using it. It's helping us.
Yeah.
Helping a ton of people. I'm upset because, it is, it's also hurting people, people losing jobs. And I'm also concerned because, I think that whenever we create something, I'm just saying humans in general, we create something because we can.
Yeah.
We don't, we never think of, should I do this? It's almost
we don't think of the implications.
Yeah, it's like, well, if I can, I'm going to. I'm going to take her in the middle of the ocean. And she has to say yes because of the implications. Inside joke, if you know Always Sunny. But yeah, it's going to be pretty fascinating seeing, and I'm glad I'm alive now because I want to see what happens. I'm just going to take a back seat.
Yeah. Speaking of, you're going to have a lot more time to do that because I'm replacing you with AI.
Yeah, I'm really not here.
No, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where, like, not only this but the UFO stuff goes, just where we go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's interesting, scary. Like it's everything. Like it's life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm sure people back in like the 50s, they're having a conversation, like talking on their telegrams.
Yeah, it's gonna be
like,
I mean, when did Star Trek come out? Was it 60s?
I don't remember.
Or 70s? Well, even then, I mean, the stuff that they did, like blah 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 blah, whatever, they're hostile or whatever they're saying in their intercom, or using their Dick Tracy type stuff. I mean, that's actually real.
I know.
Comic book stuff is now. Being able to, I remember seeing Total Recall, and they used the phone and they saw the person and I was like, whatever, and now you can do that. It's even cooler. Who knows Ready Player One, we see that movie and we're like, That's neat. Some of the stuff is already here, like
Yeah.
haptic suits and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
I mean, the Oasis being able to put on goggles. I mean, that I think it's gonna happen. And that's another
I
thing.
mean, Apple's uh, Vision,
Mm-hmm.
like it almost looks exactly like that headset.
Yeah, and like there's stuff that I'm looking forward to. Like you see, like everybody sees, when you're driving busy highway, it's hot as shit, and you see people working, on the road.
Hmm.
My dream would be, those people are sitting at home, and put their goggles on, and maybe they're in control of the machine. That way, they're inside
Yeah.
AC and work still being done.
Yeah.
It's not AI, but I mean they're in control of it, and it's nothing new. It's just they're working machines or whatever. Um, I'm hoping that something like that happens. But yeah, I mean,
Speaking of Apple's Vision headset,
we're getting some.
they it's funny. Like, I think their marketing team was they they made a huge mistake. They didn't really market it right.
Why?
Cause think about it. It's a $1,300 headset,
Everything Apple is $1,300.
but it's such a specific thing that there's not a wide market for it. Like, sure, a cell phone, everybody uses a cell
Mm-hmm.
phone. Everybody has a use for a cell phone. Not everybody has a use for a headset. It's like it's something like, it's made of quality material, but that quality material is heavy. So after a while your head's gonna get tired, and like just like when you wear headphones, like your ears start to hurt
Yeah,
sometimes. Or when you wear a hat for a long time, like there's fatigue that happens.
I never get fatigued from wearing that.
Shut up. But I feel like the way they marketed it, I'm probably their like number one like demographic. Like single guy, works from home. Like I really want one because like I right now for work I plug an HDMI into my computer to my TV, so I have multiple screens that I can work from.
And this will eliminate that. You'll be able to
Like
see
I would
it.
be able to have that on there and have like three different screens where I can just look around, just like drag and drop here, and like just do a lot of different work at the same time.
Drive and do that at the same time.
But I think their big miss was like who do you think would use that a lot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. It's a small demographic.
Like guys watching porn.
For sure. You
That
won.
like they had one of their videos in the trailer should have been this dude just going at it.
Well, have you seen? I've seen some of those reels where, like, you see one guy and he has the VR goggles on, and one of his friends like, "Hey man, do you want to go out to eat?" And the dude's like, "Yeah, yeah." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, well never mind. I'm gonna go ask Trey. Hold on." And then Trey's like on his all fours and he's taking it, and it's like both of them going at it with each other. Like, yeah, I mean that's always they're the ones who kind of drive how far and how awesome you want this virtual reality and these things in front of your face.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's awesome there and they can do something with it, then yeah, that's going to be some. You're right. There's a single guy that's going to be taking it, but there's also the guys who are like, man, I bet that'd be awesome. I'm gonna have to save up for that and just tell her, the old lady, that it's for work or for something. I'll let her use it or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's always virtual reality is driven, I think, by the porn industry.
Yeah.
It's going to be how
I mean, they already make VR porn.
yeah, I mean, how far and how great and how whatever they want to do. If it makes it better, their people are going to buy it.
Did you ever watch that show on Peacock, Bupkis? It's a Pete Davidson TV show.
No, I didn't.
There's a scene where he's wearing VR goggles watching porn, and he comes on his mom in real life.
Oh man!
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. It's a real big spoiler. But yeah, that industry. I mean, it's gonna, even for video games. I mean, right now the video games on virtual reality, they're not, great,
Yeah.
but you can kind of tell from when it was first, incepted, or the inception of virtual reality type games to now. I mean, you've seen a good climb on how much better it looks, how much more graphic it looks. Yeah, I can just imagine what it's gonna look like in 10 years, where, for example, like Call of Duty type stuff.
Yeah. Like that's something that I would like if
If you could walk around.
yeah, well, like maybe not necessarily walk around because like you need a lot of space.
But on those, like the Ready Player One, where it's like a
Yeah,
little pad.
yeah, yeah. Did you ever watch Community? That show on NBC. So they had this one episode where Dean Pelton got this virtual reality headset, and it was like very early on. It was like this thing where he was just like putting files in file boxes. And he put it in there. He's like, and God wept. It's so funny. But whenever Apple debuted their Vision headset, I follow. There's this community fan page that I follow on Instagram, and they posted a picture of Dean Pelton in his janky VR. It's like Dean Pelton did it first.
Oh shit. Well, I mean, they're doing the VR, like where you're in the stadium seat. You've seen that, right? Like at NBA games.
Oh yeah.
I think they do it for wrestling. I want to say they're doing it for football games too. So you put it on and you're there, and people are around you and you can see stuff. And
yeah, see, like that, and what my major thing for wanting the Apple headset is watching movies. Like watching a movie on a, like that screen that I got, 150-inch screen, but just like secluded by yourself, like just immersed in the movie.
Yeah.
Like I love movies and I love being immersed, and like that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because like I have these
those are awesome, by the way.
AirPods Max. Like I don't think these would fit with those, but apparently the headset itself has spatial audio built into it. So, but maybe I'll get some AirPod Pros. That way I can close out the sound, just be immersed in the movie. It'd be amazing.
And you did talk about, I know I'm changing the subject big time, but you did say one episode we might do shotguns, or at least one shotgun in the beginning, one shotgun at the end, or maybe just full of shotgun beers
with like rubber bullets.
Rubber bullets.
Like, yeah. We should get one of those. What are they? The Krakens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell people what they do. I'm sure they can look it up, but
I'm sure everybody knows what they are. But if you've scrolled social media at any point in the last few months, you know what a Kraken is. It's essentially, so like you used to get like a knife or your keys or something when you're wanting to shotgun a beer, and you like poke a hole in there and you have to turn the can and just like get ready, and just pop it and then chug it. But the Kraken is this little device that it's got this pointy little edge, and you just like slip it in,
like a can opener, like an old school can opener for like a tomato can opener.
Yeah. You just like slip it in, makes a perfect little hole, and it has a little spout for you to put your mouth on, so it's like you're sucking a pee-pee.
Yep. Open it up and you go to town.
So you would like it a lot.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah. But yeah, that would be a fun episode. Either that, or we do, we don't necessarily do an episode on it, but we do, like, if we're out or whatever, we do, like, this is my first drink, and we'll see, from 1 until done.
Yeah, we should go shot for shot.
No. Come on, man. I'll be done after 1.
Yeah, so Joe Joe is not a shot guy. You used to take shots, right?
Back in the day. And we're talking like 1920, even then. I would say
1920?
Yeah. I would say 1920. I would say like, when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, yeah, those are the years to take shots. And like, yeah, man, you're drinking beer, and then someone offers a shot.
The Great Depression, man.
fuck you. Anyways, yeah, I mean, someone does a shot, and then someone tries to, beat you with like, oh, I'm just gonna chug out of a bottle. So then I try that. You end up getting sick, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
That's my story. Like, that's what I did.
Yeah. So, what was it? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Vegas was 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
No, it was.
Yes, it was. I'm 42. We went for my 40th.
Yeah, that's right. 2 years ago, we went to Vegas, and
Hold on. I want to make sure that we understand what happened, because this was.
I was gonna say what happened.
This was all day though. I went all day. I went all day. We were drinking from the moment we woke up. And if you go to Vegas, you wake up at, 11 a.m. or whatever, and you start drinking as soon as you wake up, or at least I did that day. And
I was drinking all day with you too.
yeah, and then we went to the pool, freaking 105 degrees, and I'm drinking anything and everything that people are offering me like you got David giving me the fruity ass, whatever he was drinking. I'm drinking, just regular beers, and then it was switching back between those fruity drinks and the beers, and then we went out to eat. What time did we go out to eat? About 9.
No, it was like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay,
Yeah.
so 7 or 8. We'll say 7:30. And then I think I was having a beer, starting out, and then you decided to get what'd you order?
Well, I went to the bathroom, and I was planning on buying you a shot. I'm a big tequila mezcal guy, so I know my tequilas and mezcals. While I was in the bathroom, I didn't know that David was going to buy you a shot, which you hadn't taken yet. So I went to the bar, and they didn't have the greatest selection, but I got you.
It was a 19.
No. I got you Casamigos Reposado.
Okay, yeah.
That was about the nicest they had. So I got you a shot of that, and I wasn't expecting you to shoot it. I wanted you to sip it.
Well,
but like then everyone wanted to go do something. So I brought it back to the table, and you're like, "Oh, David just got me this shot." I was like, "Well, I guarantee mine's nicer." So
oh yeah,
I took the other one.
Okay.
So like what you're saying is I was drinking with you all day. I took that shot, and then you took that shot. So we took shots. We'd been drinking both the same.
But the switch went off. My light switch went off.
Yeah, you were able to like get outside. We'd finally we walked out and we went on the strip. We're sitting on the strip, outside on the strip, and you were just like,
yeah. I don't know what it does to me.
It is funny because like that was the day that Tim and Greg were getting there, and they were only going to be there for like one day,
and I think they just barely arrived, like right when we were done.
Yeah.
Which made me feel so awful. I hated that.
So after one shot, we had to put Joe on our arms and carrying him down the strip as he's like waving and talking to everybody we pass by.
Because that's what I do.
He's like, "Hey,
how are you? I like that shirt. Great shirt, guy. I like it."
Oh man! So we walk him up to his room and put him in bed.
Yeah.
At like probably about 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And then we proceeded to go to the casino.
Yeah, and I'm happy I'm glad you guys got to enjoy the rest of that night. I wish I would have been there. So now
it was for everybody else, it's a pretty uneventful night.
Yeah, I mean the next time we go, we need to have a plan because I feel like that fucking year we just were walking a lot.
We did walk a lot.
We need to just plan out where we want to go that evening.
Yeah, we need to not let David choose where we eat.
No, he's off that. Yeah, he's not gonna.
That place was way too expensive for what we got,
and it was fancy. Best Friends though.
Best Friends was amazing.
My God.
Like I tell everybody, if you go to Las Vegas, if Best Friends is still there,
was it Park MGM or was it New York? It was one of those two.
It was across from MGM.
So was it New York? I think it was New York. Anyways, yeah, that place was it 6 courses?
Yeah, I think so.
And it's worth it. Like you pay $75 a person,
But
Oh
like
my god.
it's smaller portions, but as you eat, you get so full.
You won't
Like
eat everything.
we didn't finish like almost. There were maybe a couple dishes at the beginning that were like, oh, this is really good, and we just like scarfed it out. But then they just kept bringing it. We're like, oh,
and
shit.
they give you the food based on how many people are in your party. So
Mm-hmm.
if it's just like me and you, they're gonna give us two little
And
tapas.
this is the chef's menu that we're talking about. Like there's an entire menu you can choose from, or you can choose the chef's menu. I just leaked everywhere. There's the chef's menu that you can choose from, which I typically recommend. You know, I worked in restaurants run by chefs, and so like this is what the chef is. This is his menu that he put together,
Yeah.
like his specialties.
And it was like that place was almost like what fusion Korean
Yeah,
and Mexican almost because the dude
yeah.
was
He started off with a
in LA,
food truck
right?
in L.A.
Yeah.
Korean barbecue tacos. Oh,
dude.
like that place, they would post on Twitter where they were at, and it would be flooded with people. Like we're in Century City, all of LA just went to Century City. It was crazy.
No, but that food was like it's the best food I've ever had on a trip, ever, anywhere. And they give you like so one of them was tacos, one of them was I forgot what it was.
There was one like fried rice
Fried
kind
rice.
of dish.
The
they had like chicken, like almost kind of like a teriyaki chicken, but it wasn't necessarily teriyaki
the
chicken.
kimchi stuff was awesome.
Yeah.
God damn, that was so good. But yeah, no, I recommend that anytime somebody asks like, hey, we're going to Vegas, what do we need to do? Where do we need to go? Don't take shots. Go to best friends. But yeah, I don't know what it is. What is it about shots with me now that it does something? Like I could be drinking beer all day.
Your body just doesn't process the alcohol the same.
And then just a little shot goes in there, and then my body's like, oh, and they just take the plug out.
Yeah.
Like, all right, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Bloop, you're out.
Yeah, it's your body's defense mechanism.
I think it is. It's like my opossum, like.
You know, it's like when you were younger, and I still have this to an extent. Like when I'll go out not planning to get drunk, and then like once I get a little tipsy, I'm just like, yeah, let's fucking go.
Well, I do that too, but like if you give me a shot though, then it's over. I can't do that. It's like let's, and I can't function at all. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, and 2 weeks from today, I think we're gonna have a pretty good time.
Yeah, I've drink plenty of water and
Yeah.
Pedialyte.
Shit, we might have to do a live recording at the wedding.
We might have to. Like, we're here now. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, it's gonna be intense. One of our buddies.
No, that's the night. Like I'll have my phone. Obviously, we'll get a group of people who's like, this is my first drink.
Okay,
this
we'll
is my second. Yeah,
we'll definitely do that. You got to do that with Gilbert.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So our buddy
Yeah,
Gilbert's
it's funny.
getting married.
I was talking to him yesterday when we were playing video games. He's like, man, because like last weekend he and I went to this pool party, and
I saw the video. I saw you. You were feeling it, man.
Oh, dude, I was.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I saw this one.
Yeah.
So he got some battle scars.
Yeah. I was dancing my ass off.
Nice.
Like, I was pulling girls I didn't know on the dance floor.
There you go.
But then like, they had plants, and like I was dancing and everything. Like I stepped on a plant and I just busted my ass. I was like,
Did you play it off?
Like I sat there for a second. There was this girl in the pool. She's like, but yeah, Gilby and I went hard, and Josh went pretty hard too.
You did?
Yeah. But Gilbert was like, man, I hope I don't black out like that at my wedding.
Based on what I've heard, and it's almost like I feel like an asteroid's coming, like it's Armageddon, and the asteroid is just this thing full of alcohol that is gonna just hit early in the morning.
Yeah, he was telling me like, dude, we bought so much booze.
Yeah,
he's like, but I still don't think it's enough, because he said he's gonna have like 200 people come.
Jesus.
It's gonna be a big thing.
And the thing with that family too, I mean, it's not just, I mean, they're going to drink their share of beer, but it's going to be a lot of liquor.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of liquor.
Yeah. So it's going to be pretty intense.
Yeah, that's one thing hanging around Gilby is like I know I'm gonna take at least 1 or 2 shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time it's Jameson. And
why does he choose that? That's the worst one.
Gilby, stop making us take Jameson shots.
Yes. Jesus Christ. That's the worst thing you can shoot. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, we kind of wrapped up our AI conversation.
Yeah.
It's been a good conversation today.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Who knows where AI will go?
Yeah,
I'm just happy I'm here to see it where it's gonna go.
Yeah, we're in what I feel is the technological revolution.
Yep, it's a new era.
Yeah.
Yep, new era.
So it'll be interesting to see where everything goes. If you like a softer bite from your tequila, froth it a little bit. It'll air it out.
It actually, yeah, it does take out the bite.
Yeah.
It still makes it taste the same, but
it still tastes the same, but it's just it takes away that initial bite.
Mm-hmm.
Try it with other alcohols. Who knows? Maybe it'll make Jameson better. Maybe I'm going to take my frother with me everywhere I go now.
We should do that. Hold on, guys.
Anybody want a little? I might take it with me to the wedding.
You should. You should.
But anyways, cheers to the conversation, bro.
Cheers to the conversation.
Cheers to you all.
Yep.
We'll see you next one.